Welcome to the best Korean lesson you've ever had in your entire life. Today we're going to be learning a super advanced form known as 던지. But fear not, even if you're a beginner, you will understand this form today. So, what is the form? You take 얼마나 or 어찌나. You can pick one. Then you take a verb stem. So that's the verb minus the 다 at the end. So 하다 is just ha! And then you attach 던지. And now you've completed the form. So 얼마나 essentially equals 어찌나. And they both mean how much. Like how or how much. Next, let's look at this part. Well, this part is just the verb. Then this part. 던 is used to indicate past tense. It also specifically means that this isn't just something that happened, but it's something that you personally, the speaker, personally knows happened. So it's used for things that you're conveying that you personally experienced, or maybe you directly heard about it. So you have knowledge of this in the past tense. This is not really super important, but if you just remember that 던 is past tense, you're going to be okay. So this is essentially just a past tense ending. Then what is this 지 part? Well, 지 is actually the exact same 지 as you would see in the form 지, meaning whether or if. For example, 하다, to do, would become 하는지. There are other forms of that, so you get 던 plus 지. That's what it's made up of. Past tense and the regular 지 ending. So that is to say that 던지 is simply a past tense form of 지. So literally again, whether or if something was. And in fact, you actually can replace this part in the form 던지 with any other 지 form, and you get the exact same meaning. You don't even need 던지 specifically. You could just use any of the 지 endings. For example, you can either say 하는지, which is regular present tense, or 하던지, which is past tense. 얼마나 하는지, 어찌나 하는지, 얼마나 or 어찌나 하던지. The only difference is that this has 던, meaning it's past tense. Okay, what this means is that something is so much, specifically something in the past. So something was so much that, and then you follow with what happens or what is because of that. So this will be the reason for something. And the reason for something that comes after is because something was so like that. This form is equivalent to just saying something is 정말, like really, or 아주, very, whatever you put here with the 서 form, meaning because. You can swap a sentence that has 얼마나 or 어찌나 with 던지 with just saying 정말 something something 서 something. So let me give you a really quick example of that. Let's just use the verb 좋다, to be good. So I'm going to say something was so good that 정말 좋아서, 아주 좋아서, because it's good, because it's really good, 얼마나 좋던지, 어찌나 좋던지. It's the same thing. And then what I just said before, you can replace this with the regular 지 form if you want. 얼마나 좋은지, 어찌나 좋은지. But we're not even done. So how come how much something was means something was so, therefore, 어찌나 or 얼마나, how much, plus verb, plus 던, past tense, plus 지, whether or if. It's actually kind of like any sort of unknown information. So this is like saying how much the verb did or how much the verb was is unknown. That's the literal meaning of this form. In fact, so much unknown that is the nuance that you get from this. Again, literally, how much something was is unknown. If you want an easy way to think of this, does anyone know Rodney Dangerfield? He was a famous comedian, and he had a joke that he would often do when he started his skits. It would be like, something happened, and it was so terrible. It was so funny. It was so something. And then he would give his punchline. It was so bad that this thing happened. That's the nuance you get with this form. It adds emphasis to that past experience. You're not just saying, it was so fun that I bought a second ticket. You're saying, it was so cool, it was so incredible that you're adding emphasis to it. Literally, again, how much it was is unknown. So that, and then you give the answer. So let's do some sentences. 커피 냄새가 어찌나 좋던지 그냥 지나칠 수가 없었어요. So the coffee 냄새, the coffee smell was 좋던지, so we know it's past, was so good. Literally, how good it was is unknown. 그냥 just 지나치다, like to pass by, to just go by. 칠 수가 없었어요. So I could not just pass it by. It was so good. Man, that coffee smelled so good, I couldn't just pass by. So you're adding emphasis. Literally, though, it's like saying 커피 냄새가 정말 좋아서 커피 냄새가 어찌나 좋던지 그냥 지나칠 수가 없었어요. So the coffee smelled so good. Literally, the coffee smell was so good that I couldn't just pass it by. 야경, so night view. 야경이 어찌나 멋있던지. So the night view was so cool that 사진, photo, 200장. 장 is used for paper or like thin sheets of things or photos. 찍다 is to take a photo. So 찍은 것 같아요. I think I took 200 photos. So the night view was so cool that I think I took 200 photos. That night view was so cool. I think I took like 200 photos. 새로 산 냄비. So 새로 is when you do something anew. New, again. 사다, to buy. So 새로 사다. Literally to buy anew. But that's what you would say for to buy a new one of something. So the new pot that I bought, 어찌나 마음에 들던지. So 마음에 들다. And it means that you like something, and it's specifically used when you like something after you first encounter it. 마음에 들던지. So I really liked it so much that 선물 is a present, 선물로, as a present or as a gift. 몇 개, 몇 meaning a few, and 개 meaning an object counter. 더, more, 샀어요. Past tense of 사다, meaning to buy. So I bought a few more as gifts. So I like the new pot that I bought so much that I bought a few more as gifts. 새로 산 냄비가 어찌나 마음에 들던지 선물로 몇 개 더 샀어요. I liked the new pot that I bought so much that I bought a few more as presents or as gifts. 할 일이 얼마나 많던지 화장실 갈 시간도 없었어요. So, 할 일, something to do, things I have to do. 얼마나 많던지. So I had so many things to do that 할 일이 정말 많아서 literally 화장실, bathroom 가다, to go to the bathroom. 화장실 갈 시간, time to go to the bathroom. 도 even 없었어요. I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom. So I had so many things to do that I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom. 할 일이 얼마나 많던지 화장실 갈 시간도 없었어요. There's another grammar form that ends with 든지. Sometimes 던지 is misused in place of 든지. What I mean is that sometimes when people are making a sentence and they're trying to say something 든지, they'll mispronounce it, they'll misuse it as this form 던지 because it sounds similar. I've done a separate live stream all about this if you want to learn about 든지 in detail. This one is also attached after a verb stem. So 하다 would be 하든지. 든지 means that there are multiple options to choose from. So you're trying to make a choice between something, but that any choice is fine. In fact, it doesn't matter. So 든지, this is commonly used with expressions that mean it doesn't matter, or regardless, or I don't even care. So if you hear a sentence someone says and they're like, I don't really care, and they say 던지, that's not this. They're just misusing this form. So let me give you an example. 누가 하든지. So 든지 here implies it doesn't matter or regardless of whether. So it doesn't matter who does it or regardless of who does it. 상관없다 is to mean it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who does it. So regardless who does it or it doesn't matter who does it. 누가 하든지 상관없어요. But you might hear someone misuse this as 누가 하던지. That's how it's commonly confused. And that is the lesson for today. Thank you for coming, and I will see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.